Everything should be good.
Are we live here, boys?
Huh?
Are we live here, boys?
We're live.
Hey!
Well, hello, audience from home.
Hello,
Okay.
everyone.
Hello, everyone.
How are
Welcome
you
to the
today?
Endertube HD podcast. We
Fine.
have two guests on today. This one is going to make it to air. We have the Dibattista brothers, Joshua
happening?
and Philip.
Call me Diego.
Call me Diego. We
Call
know
me
them
David.
from work. We know Joshua from school.
And work.
And work. They're both from work. Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's great
You're
to be
welcome.
here.
Let me get my Jimmy
Whoa.
tabs up.
Holy shit.
What? You just eat a stick?
Yes, I did.
You shouldn't do that. Don't
There's
spit-
still pine needles in my mouth.
I told you that was gonna
Don't
happen.
you dare spit in my planter.
Water. Drink water. Water yourself.
Well, guys, what do we want to talk about?
First of all, let's talk about how you guys went to high school during COVID.
Yeah.
And I didn't. I'm 28 and they're 18.
When did you graduate high school?
2016.
2016.
Whoa.
Yeah.
10 years ago, almost.
Unk.
Almost punk status. Well, not as much as George's brother. George's brother is 30.
Yeah, he's like 32 or
Yeah.
something.
It's only a few
He's like an he's like a full-on
I
adult.
think I swallowed a pine needle.
years. He is too.
Yeah.
Technically. I mean,
Your turn.
Nope. Not happening.
So, let me tell you some stuff that I hated during COVID at school.
it must have been
It
terrible.
was horrible. I went to summer school after freshman year because I failed most of my classes. After that, I kind of shaped up. Sophomore year was all right. I didn't really care about school in sophomore year. In junior senior year, I cared too much. That's
You cared
you know.
too much.
You
Like you
cared
wanted to get
too
your
I
GPA
tried
up.
harded. I tried harded junior and senior year.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I know, but people make fun of me because I'm a nerd.
Fuck them.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Especially Joseph.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joe sucks at school. Joe's his cousin,
Joe who?
Perkins.
Perkins. He wants to work at Goodwill.
Oh, you told me about him.
I don't want him to work there.
Okay.
He's terrible.
That says a lot. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But he sucks at school, and he made fun of me for trying too hard at school. And I think that's just saying a lot about him. Because how do you even have the idea to make fun of somebody for being good at school? That's like what you're supposed to do.
You're supposed to. You wanted to get into college.
Yeah.
Which college did you go to?
Great Bay.
Great Bay?
Yeah.
And
We
you
had a
just
class
decided,
together.
like, fuck
Yeah,
this.
I just hated it.
Yeah, no, I did the same thing with community college.
I got I got super depressed when I was leaving college because I was just feeling I was feeling a sense of lack of purpose
Mm-hmm.
because I really didn't know what to do. I didn't want to get a job. Last time I tried to get a job, I went to Hobby Lobby for one day, and I hated it. I immediately left. I just didn't go.
Did
So-
you just walk out without telling anyone?
Yeah. I just,
I've never done that, but it's on my bucket list.
yeah, I just didn't show back up. I'm never gonna enter that store again.
You're like, but I'm gonna stay within this parking lot.
Yes, I will be across the parking lot. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was talking about COVID. I got off track. Like during freshman year, school was like all right, but I hated the online classes so much. I just didn't go to them because 8th grade, middle school, we went online halfway through the year. We didn't go to Washington. We got sent to online school instead.
No,
I-
it wasn't halfway through the year. We had like 2 months of school left,
Yeah.
and then they just put us in remote.
Yeah, that was when COVID started. Is end of 8th grade. That would have been your.
It was the end of 9th grade for me.
Yeah.
But we went remote in like March. We went
think
remote.
I
that's
was
what
on
we
my
did.
second
Yeah.
wife. No, I'm just kidding.
Second wife, third kid.
4 baby mamas.
But like, I thought I was doing all right at online school, but I was really just playing video games the entire time.
Yeah.
Like I had the
So
Zoom
was
meeting
I.
over there. Well, not over there. I didn't have a second monitor at the time. I had the Zoom meeting minimized in a
Yeah.
little window down there, muted, just to see if the teacher would say something, and then I would go back to it. And I was playing The Binding of Isaac on my big screen.
I don't see why you wouldn't do that though.
Yeah.
Like that sucks. Like they were trying to control what you're doing in your house. Like
Yeah,
that's
it's in my
hard.
house. Some teachers were like, you had to ask to go to the bathroom in your own house, and sometimes they said no. Like,
Just
say
go.
no. Just leave. I can press one button and I'm not in the class anymore. I don't need to walk out. I can just leave. What I loved was that in Warrior Block, they would just check your attendance and then you could leave.
Yeah.
And that was cool. But like Fresh Sem, they took it way too seriously. Like, she treated it like it was the real class, which I think that they should have just kind of dumbed everything down for the time being, because kids cannot learn like that. The only person I know that actually did well on online school is Jayton. He liked it.
Well, Jayton's...
Well, yeah, we have a friend named Jayton. He's a small Asian kid. His family's from Nepal.
Oh, that's funny because it's Jaden.
Yeah, it's like Jaden with a T.
Oh wow. But
And-
do you know Jaden? He works at.
Yeah. And then, yeah, did he quit or did he get fired?
He quit.
Yeah. I think he would have gotten fired.
Yeah, he was. I think he said he was gonna get fired, so he just quit.
Yeah.
I only brought him up because he's a big Asian.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought he was Hispanic.
think
I
he's-
did too.
He's
With-
probably mixed.
With the hairline, he's half Cambodian. I asked him because I'm me, and I was like, what are you, dude? And he was like, I'm half Cambodian, half white.
Oh yeah, what are you guys? I forget.
White,
White?
Russian a little bit, and Italian mostly, and Irish like a quarter.
Where does the tan come from?
Italian.
It's
Southern?
Okay.
Southern Italy for
I'm
sure.
not Italian
Like
enough to be tan. I'm just white.
Like the Sicily part of Italy.
Okay. Are they darker over there?
Yeah.
They call it the shit end of the boot.
They're,
All
they're
right.
and they
So
call
is
us
that
the
the
N-word
bottom?
and stuff. It is crazy.
Is that the bottom part?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like actually not connected. I don't think Sicily's totally connected.
It might be one of
Sicily
those
is
little
not.
islands.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Mediterranean.
Okay. Like our friend Andrew, I don't know if you know him. He was in
Maybe.
school. Yeah.
Rosignoli.
We showed you pictures of him. Yeah.
The guy who wants to meet Dabeasta.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's a big fan of you.
Oh, he's gonna be pissed that we're doing this, and because he's at college
Yeah,
right
he's
now.
he's at UNH right now. He's doing well. But we always say that he's black. He's not black.
I always thought he was in the hallways.
He's not.
He's like me.
He's kind of like you guys. His family.
El
he's like-
Salvadorian.
He's half El Salvadorian. His dad is half El Salvadorian. His mom is half El Salvadorian. And I think his dad is part Mexican. His mom is part. What is it?
You're probably getting this all wrong, and he's gonna.
This kid's
We're gonna
super
hear it.
Latino.
Yeah,
Have you
he-
seen Bleach?
the anime?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I
Do
thought
you know
about
the
it on this
characters
toilet.
in it?
Some of them.
Do you know Chad?
If I saw it,
Yeah, we have a computer.
I forgot I'm Jay.
Or like yeah, just look up Chad.
I think I've seen him once before.
Kind of reminds me of Andrew.
Yeah, a little bit. I wish I could turn my screen around.
Yeah.
Has Andrew seen Bleach?
I don't think so.
It's like there's a little resemblance. I feel like.
Maybe if Andrew was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is
That's
so
mean.
slow. I clicked on the picture, like 3 seconds later it popped up. I mean,
Crocs are
obviously, Andrew doesn't look like that.
Well, he doesn't.
It's not on the screen anymore.
Then why'd you do that?
Because it was on the screen.
I mean, like skin.
Skin color,
Yeah.
kinda. He has longer hair now. He's been growing out his hair forever.
Well, he's always had long hair.
Yeah.
Not always. He used to.
He had
do,
like
buzz
medium
cuts
hair,
when we were
like
kids.
over here. When he was really young, he did buzz cuts. But now he's just like letting it grow out.
Yeah, but he had it short in like middle school.
I guess. We weren't really like.
If I could give advice to all of you young fellas here,
Well,
it would
young
be,
fellas.
Gonna say.
it would be, and I'm making Josh do this. Start taking finasteride because it stops hair loss completely. Like I kind of like have like a little bit of hair on my head now. Like it's a decent amount because of I started taking that.
I've been taking biotin. I thought
What's
it
It's
says
for
it's a
hair.
supplement for ladies.
Yeah.
It just helps with your hairs and nails. It promotes keratin.
You're gonna turn into a girl.
Like if you took finasteride, you would keep your hair like it's just like a
I'll look it up.
like it's just like a guarantee. You go to
How do
your
you spell
doctor.
it? PH or F?
It's FINAST. E-R-I-D. E. I don't know. Did I do that right?
It auto-corrected.
Okay.
Yeah, it says it's good for hair loss. I'll check it out.
Wait, you thought he was lying?
And you take
No,
it, and
I-
it's just like, you just take it, like, you know, every day, and you don't worry about your hair ever falling out.
That's good.
Yeah.
I've been taking biotin every day.
Biotin, that's probably good.
I heard
You
it's
take it
good.
every day?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
It says to take it every day, but it's just like a little capsule and it tastes like barnyard. It tastes like hair. Like actually, I put it
Yeah,
in my
they
mouth
put
and it was
people's-
like, oh, it's disgusting. I spit it out.
They make it with healthy hair.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, Andrew.
Oh, yeah,
School.
Andrew.
How did
Yeah,
how the
we
fuck
got
did
to
we get
Andrew
here?
from school. I don't know. We get sidetracked so many times.
Well, that's good.
Oh, your mom.
More stuff to talk about.
Oh, hello, mom.
Yeah, there is. Where
We
is it?
have to go to right there, the one with the cat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
You want to try that instead? Doesn't matter. I just.
Oh, I just
My
realized it's a
thing's already at
statue.
100%. I'm just making sure that it's still charged. That was my mommy, guys. Ow. Oh yeah, she's short. She's 4'9". My dad is 5'3".
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm very. My friends are all taller than me,
Except me.
except for you, and you. But
That sounded like
Yeah, and
you were going
you.
from and you.
And you.
they
I'm
all
an
call me
afterthought.
short. But I'm not short. I'm average height,
Yeah.
like legally.
You're probably like 5'7", 5'8".
I'm 5'8" 3/4.
Good
He's
for you. Why
exactly
do you have
2
short
inches
parents and you grew at 5'8"?
I know.
I'm only 5'4".
I'm hoping
I'm
my
like-
mom didn't meet with the mailman. I don't think so. I look like my dad.
Yeah, so
I'm not similar
You're not
to
bald.
my dad whatsoever.
My dad's bald,
I'm gonna
and I'm
be
not
bald
bald,
if I
so-
don't take
finasteride. I'm telling you, dude. Finasteride is the shit.
Finasteride.
This is we're sponsored by finasteride.
You can't say that.
Sponsor us! We need money! Sponsor us!
We're all going to be taking it, and we are going to have thick, full heads of hair when we're making
We're
this
gonna have
podcast in our
names.
60s.
Kian wants to grow out his hair and then chop off half of it. And
Yeah,
sell
I
it
want it to
charity.
go to like my butt, then I cut off half, grow it out again. I just keep donating hair.
Aren't you a
That's a
saint?
good idea. That's very nice of you.
Yeah.
I just don't like having super long hair. I don't like how it looks on my head. I think I have too circular of a head. I get my head shaped from my mom. I get my features from my father.
I think you're a decent-looking person.
Thank you. I
You're crazy.
You're okay.
you're okay. Yeah,
You're ugly as shit.
Josh had Beast Boy teeth. Josh has normal teeth now, but his teeth before braces were so fucking cool. It's almost a crime he got braces because he
They
had like
weren't that cool.
he had like the ones right here. These were just pointy. Like they were all pointy. He had Beast Boy teeth.
like shark teeth.
Yeah, like
Kinda.
What?
But then these front 2 teeth were almost like buck teeth.
I don't remember that.
Because there was just it was these 2 teeth and then 2 giant
Ow.
spaces right next to them because I don't have the incisors.
hmm
And then it was the canines, and then after that it was another big space.
So that's what made it look like when a cat yawns and
Oh,
you're like,
yeah.
whoa, like look at that.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's...
Yeah.
Have you seen a penguin yawn?
no,
Pull up a clip.
a penguin yawning.
I'm just gonna look up penguin mouth.
Oh, the
It's
teeth?
horrifying.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, 'cause
actually
that-
scary.
Because they have to crunch down like fish bones.
Oh
and
my
shit.
god, they have fucking teeth.
Sort of.
Yes.
Yes, they have like razor sharp wire teeth.
Imagine hunting penguins with a paintball gun.
Okay, yeah.
It's
That's
kinda-
the
It's
image.
Kind of blurry.
Look at that.
It's terrifying.
Oh my
Scary
God.
vagina.
It's what?
Don't stick it in there.
Oh my god, just imagine putting your finger in that.
Clap sync in case it got off sync.
That's unnecessary. What do you got? What do you guys want to talk about now? We didn't like finish our conversation.
Dead babies.
I just kind of abandoned
Like
that
Alice in
one.
Chains.
What?
Oh, let's talk about zombies.
Oh
My mom said to talk about that. Oh, that's my neighbor Kyle over there. She sometimes makes noise. She's very hippie, and she lives by herself with her pit
You're
bulls.
talking
That's
very
cool.
loud.
Yeah, she's pretty chill.
That's cool though.
We have
She
a
get-
pit bull. We
She
have a
gives us
Pisky.
raw honey.
We have a pitbull husky
Raw
mix.
honey? Really?
Yeah,
Is it
she
big
gives us
or
raw
small?
honey as
Does
gifts.
she have bees?
No, she just has honey. And
Like,
from like nowhere
his
else
head is the
here.
size
You
of
can't
a
buy it at
human
Walmart or I don't know where she gets it.
Is it sourced locally? Because I can help with allergies a lot.
Maybe. I just know it's not a brand I've seen anywhere else.
Doesn't your dad's roommate have a wolf German Shepherd
Yes,
mix?
he
It's
stopped.
huge.
He stopped by
His
the
name's
store.
Lug because they're an
Lug.
automotive.
He's the best
mechanic.
dog I've ever met.
Yeah, he's so nice.
Lug.
Yeah, I think he's like the nicest dog I've met, but he's also the biggest dog I've met because it's a half wolf.
Yeah.
He must be really attached to his owner.
Yeah, he loves his owner. His owner's Devin, my dad's roommate.
The podcast is about to go dark, but he actually hates.
I don't
He
like
doesn't
Devin
like
that much.
animals.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Devin.
No, but you don't like animals. There was a time where we showed him a picture of a three-legged dog, and he says you should just kill it at that point. When the dog looked like the happiest thing ever. Its mouth was open.
Another
Listen.
Alice in Chains reference? Is that Alice in Chains?
Huh?
That's
I thought that
Alice
was
in
a
Chains,
train.
right?
I don't know.
The three-legged dog album?
I don't know.
Pretty sure.
I just saw a video of a
think you just
three-legged
broke
dog, and I thought it looked
Crushing my
terrible.
back. Felt amazing,
So I
dude.
decided that it shouldn't live. I feel a little bit bad about
It's
that.
terrible at digging.
Anyway, oh yeah, if you cut off a zombie's head, do you think the body still moves?
That's a good question. What made it a zombie? The vaccine?
Yeah. Is it like a fungus? Like Last of Us type shit?
Or like
It really depends on the
Generic
type of zombie.
zombie.
Like,
Is it a parasite? Because if it's a parasite controlling the brain, I think once you get that brain out of there, you can only control the head, and that'll be creepy
Yeah.
still.
if it's a fungus,
PTSD.
I think the whole thing.
The whole thing
because
will move.
with the cordyceps virus, like in The Last of Us, on animals, there's like ants with like legs off, and I've seen one with like its head off. There was a chicken that had its head off.
Yeah.
Well, chickens do that all the time. But there's been a chicken that had its
Chicken
head off for like a
jockey.
month, and it just was running around.
Oh my
there's
God.
no way you just did. Did you hear him?
What?
He went chicken jockey.
It's a chicken jockey.
I can't believe no one reacted.
I didn't even hear it.
Inside jokes are great. I'd love to have one someday.
No,
not about-
it's not inside. It's just the Minecraft movie.
It's
Minecraft.
because you're not on the internet enough.
I've never done Minecraft. It looks fun though.
No, the Minecraft movie that just came out.
Yeah.
With what's his name?
Jack
Jack
Black.
Black.
Yeah, Jack Black.
It's good.
Yeah,
I liked
it's
it.
not a great movie.
I thought it was amazing.
It's
you
fun.
you
guy.
don't watch good movies.
Have you seen it?
No.
You should.
It's really funny, mainly because it's just watching Jack Black have a really nice time on set.
That seems awesome.
It's just
Yeah,
like
the movie is just Jack Black having fun.
you know how Jack Black has a YouTube channel, Jablinski Games.
I did not know
He has a
this.
YouTube channel where he plays video games,
That's sick.
and he loves making them. And I think the Minecraft movie was just like a giant project for that channel.
That's.
It seems like it is.
I saw some kid created the known universe on Minecraft.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like he made it on like a really small scale. But, well, the planets were like Earth is like that small on the build that he made. It's like 4 blocks because everything else is so big. The black hole that he made is humongous. It's a crazy project.
It happened again.
What?
We went from zombies to Minecraft.
I don't know how. It's because he said chicken jockey. Anyway,
Well, you said chicken.
if it's a cordyceps virus, I think the body still moves if you cut the head off. I think the
Definitely.
virus possesses everything, and it's not like the brain that controls it. I think it's just the virus.
Yeah.
The fungus. But if it's like a thing that brings dead people to life, like a spell or something, like in a sci-fi
That's the
fantasy
worst.
section.
That's the worst case
Yeah.
scenario.
If it's like necromancer zombies, I think you kill them as much times as you want and they come back.
Yeah.
Just you need to like obliterate them.
I'd really prefer
Like a
the Walking
Deadpool
Dead
thing.
zombies.
Yeah, you need
You have to get rid of every cell.
Yeah.
You just fucking kill the caster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could kill the necromancer.
Unless it's like a dead man spell. It's eternal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's say it's a dead man spell, and it's like once the necromancer dies, lifts all the dead people from the ground. They just want to be evil.
Every dead person.
Every dead person ever, like whatever, some odd 20 billion people that have died.
More than that.
At least 5.
How many people have died?
At least
Over
5
100
people.
billion, like in history.
Yeah.
Over 100 billion.
Yeah.
So I was right. It was at least 5.
It was at least
Yes,
5.
Today. How many people have died, period? In all of
Period.
history.
How do you even
108
calculate
to
that?
110 billion. So
Crikey.
that's a lot of people. Imagine
Very
that
high.
many people. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know if I told you this. I think I told you that I watched the YouTube channel Hive Mind.
Yeah.
I'm going off the trail again. Doesn't matter.
It's all good.
One
Go, girl.
of the bits they have is getting jumped by 8 billion people. Oh no, 8.7 million people, which is less. But imagine,
It's a lot less.
imagine you're just walking down the street. You know that you did something bad, and you look down the street, and there's 8 million people coming after you. You look in the distance, you go, is that 8 million people?
No way they're all here for me.
Is that 8.7 million people?
And they're all just running after you. They hate you.
It's because
Oh.
you didn't sort your
Oh, that's
recycling.
Winnie. I can't let her outside. I wish I could.
I figured.
She's great. That's the nice one. We have Winnie and Smokey. And Smokey is the boy cat. He's a little bit bigger. He has more white and gray on him. Less spots. And Winnie's smaller. And she's very nice. She loves my sister and everybody. And Smokey... Oh, there's a squirrel. And Smokey just likes my mom and my stepdad.
Just stereotypical ADD.
Yeah.
Squirrel.
I might have autism. We took an autism test, and I got more than him. Which is...
I just
I
smiled.
hope that says
You got more autism than him.
So I might be autistic. I never went to the doctor. Oh, the squirrel went all the way over here.
Back to the squirrel, really?
I saw the squirrels.
Yeah,
are
I
cool.
saw it.
I had a psychiatrist call me for the first time. This was during COVID. And it was just for like antidepressants. And like she was like, "Do you ever find yourself like interested in things?" And I was like, "Kinda." And she's like, "You might be autistic." I
You
couldn't
find
believe
yourself
she
interested
fucking
in
said
something?
that.
Things.
I couldn't believe she said that. It was like she wanted to like diagnose an autistic person that
Yeah.
day,
She
and
wanted
she
to
was
make
just
bank.
fucking reaching for the
Do
stars.
you like stuff?
She's like, "Do you have anything you're interested in at all?" I was like, "Well, I'm sad a lot, but like, there's some things I like." And she's like, "You might have autism," and I was like, "You're wild."
That's the complete opposite of the stories I've heard, because people will like fight to get diagnosed with autism because they know they're autistic, and the doctor will ask them, "Do you smile?" And they're like, "Yeah," and they're like, "You're not autistic," and won't give them the fucking like diagnosis. Like,
That's horrible.
Yes.
Do you smile?
I've been to like 3 therapists. The first one I went to he was very nice, but he just kind of told stories. Like whenever I was like, "Oh, at school right now, I'm feeling really anxious about taking this test and talking to people," and that's why I skip out on school a lot. Is I don't want to go and talk to people. And then he's like, when I was in school, and then he went on a spiel that taught me nothing. So he did that every time, and it was just kind of like talking to one of my dad's friends.
Who's had a few too many?
Yeah.
Like, he's
Like he didn't.
back in my day.
He didn't tell me any sort of like, oh, you can do this to help with anxiety. He just kind of told a story from his past, and it didn't help me at all.
You know what's a crazy cheat code for anxiety? Take in a big breath of air through your nose. Sneak in a little bit more. And then just let it out for 7 seconds.
Big boobs in your face.
Josh was like, somebody needs to throw a pie.
Somebody needs to
This is
throw a
getting
pie.
boring. Phil's talking about breathing techniques.
Big boobs in your face.
Apologize to your brother right now, young man.
No.
When
Do
I
it or
think-
Ethan will slap you.
I think of darkness, and out from the darkness, I see a rack. It helps with my anxiety. I just kind of need to
Smell
focus
fire.
on it
That
for a
smells
bit.
so good.
Oh yeah, I love to smell campfire.
Yeah.
This is such a cool area.
I know. I love my backyard.
Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me.
What did?
I made like a Wookiee noise.
We should start a fire.
I feel like it's
cool.
too windy.
Yeah,
But
The
also,
wind will
a
help.
fire during the day is like kind of cringe.
No.
Okay.
at night it's just so much better.
I apologize. Is your heart still beating?
No.
No.
One time I punched him in the chest and his heart stopped.
Yeah, he was just being a jerk. I just walked up to him and he went right here, dead center of my chest, and I was like, it was terrible.
Hit me
You
back
knocked the
after.
wind out of you? That sucks. That's the worst feeling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, tell him the story of Wyatt punching your water bottle. There was a kid at school named Wyatt, and he was
Wyatt Patterson?
No, Wyatt
Colley.
Colley.
He was huge.
Oh.
He loved anime. He wore a Naruto backpack. But he was the biggest man you'd ever see.
I know who you're talking about.
He was like 6'5", and
Um,
he was wider than he was tall.
But
But he he had some medical issues, so he went out of school a lot. But he was like the definition of fat man strength.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have the idea of the concept.
Oh, I totally do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I want
Me
to.
and Kian rely on fat man strength a good amount. I think my arms are actually pretty nice. But Wyatt Cawley, is the pinnacle of fat man strength.
Yeah.
He doesn't work out at all, but he's just big, and all of his strength comes from there. Anyway, tell the story.
So I had a water bottle with a handle, right? You hang it up. You know the cafeteria at Winnicott?
Yeah.
The doors that lead outside the cafeteria, that little box area by Leclerc's?
Yeah.
We were in there, facing the cafeteria doors. I hold up my water. You know what a 1-inch punch is, where you're like,
Yes.
do that? My bottle's completely fine. It's a metal water bottle. I hold it up like this. He does a 1-inch punch, flies out of my hand, hits the door, dents in half.
It was like a real water bottle.
Yeah, it
not
was
like
hefty.
That's why you can't
Like
start
one of those-
fights. You
like
never
one of
know
those-
when like dudes like that are walking
A
around.
bit thinner.
A little
but-
thinner. That's freaking
Yeah,
crazy.
it put like a giant dent in it, like it got hit by a truck or something.
Oh, I didn't finish the story. Afterwards, I was like, "You dented my bottle." He's like, "Oh, let me see." And he goes, boom, pops it back out. Crazy.
Like Eddie Hall.
Yeah.
Bending a metal pan.
That's wild.
Now imagine if you worked out.
Oh God.
Imagine if you went on a cut.
If he went on a cut and lost weight, that kid would be
Yeah.
a monster.
He would be an ultimate strongman.
You really could be. Those guys fuck up their backs. You ever watch those? They're carrying like big spheres of rocks.
Pick up the Atlas stone.
It's like, why do you want to dedicate yourselves to that? Like, I don't know.
I guess it's just being the strongest in the world. I mean, the world's strongest man title doesn't really hold as much as it did before, like in the 1800s, because we value that a little bit less. It's more intelligence in our society.
Is there
In our
trash out
society.
In
here?
our society. What?
Is there trash out here anywhere?
No.
That's gonna blow away.
No, it's not.
I've been holding this
Not
for
under
like
my watch.
2 hours.
Oh
Hour and a
yeah.
half.
You guys should think of some stuff. I've been starting with topics.
Well, speaking of fat man strength, I couldn't do a plate on each side. I was 120 pounds
Yeah.
at one point, but I'm 5'4", so it's reasonable.
Yeah.
And like, so I couldn't do a plate on each side. I could only get it like once. That was my max. Then I gained weight and I got up to like 185. Like, and I worked at a gym at the time and I went and got on the bench and I banged out 10, no problem. I'm like, is this the power of the Mangekyo Sharingan
Yeah.
fat guy strength? Like, this is
The
fat guy
Mangekyo
strength pinnacle.
Sharingan.
Like, I got on there and banged out 10. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I haven't been working out. I've just been gaining weight.
Yeah. It helps. When you gain more weight, you're just moving around. It's like a workout.
Yeah.
So it's like you gain passive muscle,
Yeah. Passive income.
passive income. Working in DA is actually helping me like work out.
Yeah.
It does. Kean's been saying the same thing.
I
Mainly 'cause his
feel like my
body's
feet
sore.
have been getting skinnier.
Yeah.
You know how they hurt so much?
Yeah. You're probably burning off a lot of like weight.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of moving around. I haven't been
Yeah.
tracking my steps, but I'm sure it's a lot.
Yeah. Josh Navis, he used to track his steps. He would average like 3,000 a day.
Jesus.
Maybe more sometimes.
How is he liking his new job?
He loves his new job.
Does he really?
Where does he work?
Yeah. What's it called? I forget the name of the place, but it's in Portsmouth, and it's like right next to Great Bay, actually.
Okay.
And he does packing and shipping, and for like a welding company type thing. But they weld together like fucking pipes and and put together wires and shit
Yeah.
for submarines.
Okay.
Like
So he has to be really careful about how he packages that shit.
yeah, and he also is part of the process of putting together the wiring, like, and they're like huge fucking wires.
Yeah, like 10 gauge wire.
Yeah, and he's forklift certified and everything. Like, he has government clearance.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
He can kill. He has a license to kill.
License to kill.
Watch out for
I
Josh
need one of
Navis,
those.
everybody.
Just we'll hand them out.
Yes.
Yes!
If it gets donated, you can take it.
Forget a license to
I got
kill.
a license to kill!
My mom was telling me about James Bond, and I had a flashback to my childhood yesterday. And this James Bond movie actually exists. He finds a guy on the black market by going to a pool and his only identifying factor was that he had a third nipple. And I thought this was like a fever dream that might like never happened, but it turned out my aunt showed me this crazy movie. And I think it's called The Golden Gun.
Yeah.
And like he just takes off his shirt and you just see 3 nipples and it's like just wild old
That's how you know
video.
it's the guy.
Yeah, and he's like, that's the guy I gotta kill.
What if it was a different guy with 3 nipples?
I know, that would suck.
Imagine a different guy at the
Huge
same party
plot
with 3
twist.
nipples.
Huge fail. At the end, he's like, I'm the wrong guy. And he's like, actually, I'm the guy. And he pulls up his shirt and he has 3 nipples.
Keen, what do you want to talk about?
I don't fucking know. I'm not good at this kind of thing.
Neither am I.
You're
Do you
better
have
at it
anything?
than no.
I think I'm all right. I don't think I'm that creative, honestly.
I'm very creative.
Mainly because I think I'm all right at like creative things, but I don't think I'm good at making up ideas.
I feel
I
that.
don't think I'm an ideas man. I'm a much more follower. I think I'm a good follower though. That's a good trait to have.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, like in improv comedy, it's like the whole idea of comedy is yes and.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you never like kick the legs out from a joke because that's just the easiest thing to do in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
It's a good skill to keep the ship going
yeah,
rather
exactly.
than make a new ship.
Yeah.
It's easier to replace all the parts and make a ship of Theseus than to make a new ship of Theseus. If you get the ship of Theseus.
Who is Theseus?
He's a guy from ancient Greece, and he had a ship that got all the parts of it replaced individually, and it was a moral. It was
It was a conundrum.
yeah, it was a thought experiment of is it the same ship if you replace all the parts with a new part?
Yeah.
No.
My car is the ship of Theseus.
Yeah, he gets so many new things.
Yeah, there's a new gas tank, new front fender.
That Nissan was the fucking ship of Theseus.
You replace
It was
all the parts.
perfect. We finally got it done.
Talk about that. Talk
Oh,
about,
my car crash?
yeah,
What do you want to know about it?
I don't
Just
know.
tell the story.
Okay.
I've never crashed a car.
You haven't?
I haven't.
Pussy.
I've been
You've-
driving for less
you
than a year.
backed into an old lady.
I did back into a
What?
Her car.
Okay.
She was in a big car,
She was in
and
a
her
Chevy
car was
Tahoe.
unscathed. His tail light got. You wanna go look at
Yeah.
it?
No.
No, we're recording.
We're busy.
Are you good at fixing cars and stuff?
No,
No.
I know most of nothing about cars. I like
Really?
cars. I don't know how they work. I know generally how an engine works. Like, is it injection,
Combustion.
compression, exhaust, down?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I think combustion. I don't know anything, but combustion might come before exhaust.
Fuel injection, combustion, vacuum, exhaust. Yeah. That's how it. I think cars are like a marvel.
Flint and steel.
Flint and steel. Flint and steel. My sweet blade. George and his brother Nick have been going crazy over the Minecraft movie. I love seeing his brother Nick at
Chicken
Wendy's. He's a
jockey.
manager there, and he used to do stand-up comedy, and he might do it again. He's thinking about doing it again, but he's actually really. He's
I've done
so
stand-up
funny.
comedy.
Really?
Yeah. Do you want to hear a
Around
joke?
here?
Do you want to hear a joke
Sure.
from my fucking
Yeah.
From your-
set?
yeah.
I did a 5-minute set at the Winter Circle in Amesbury, and I the other week I had to blow my nose, or it might be pronounced me nose. Either way, he's Greek.
Yeah.
That was like my biggest like hit like zinger.
Did it kill?
It was like worked into a whole story that involves like Conor McGregor and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I just roared off so much caffeine. I was like,
Ow! Car crash now.
When you were getting into that,
No.
were you like hoping
crash.
to make a career out
Crash
of it,
your
or
car
did you
now.
just were like, fuck it, I'll do a comedy show for one night?
yeah, I just tried it out, and like, it's something I'm kind of like naturally good at. 'Cause my mom made me do theater when I was little.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You do well, and it's just kind of like public speaking.
And I'm good at writing. The hardest part is the anxiety when you get on stage.
Yeah.
And there's so many people looking at you that it's just an instinctual thing to be like scared.
Yeah.
That's why they say to look at the exit signs. And like, so like my mom's little, the word I want to say, little theater thing, little fairy ass theater thing, fucking, it kind of taught me look at the exit sign. So I
Yeah.
was able to get through the 5 minutes, and then I was just like, all right, bye.
Yeah.
And everyone said I did good. except for this one guy. He was super fucking drunk on stage singing. But it turns out he was a headliner from back in the day, and he's like, when you talk, you just want to talk so the back room can hear you. And I was like, thank you for the advice, Unc. Like, you know what I mean?
Thank
Like,
you, Unc.
and then, like, his set was so sad, though. He was just drunk as fuck, just stringing a guitar, singing about, like, shit and piss. Like, making no sense, no punchlines.
Like
and
the
you know
Family
he's
Guy
so much
Peter
better than
Griffin
that.
Like, oh, train on the water. You know the Family Guy bit with Quagmire and Peter, and they're singing on stage, and they like start a band.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Train on the water, boat on the track. It's so good.
You ever had put it on a Pop-Tart?
I love when they discover, can you keep that vocal on? Can you bring it up here?
Can you bring it up here?
Family Guy is one of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
They fucking came out of the gate swinging.
Yeah.
Like, if you watch the early
They
Family
got
Guys, they're
canceled
funny.
a lot. They got canceled multiple times.
3 times, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know Seth MacFarlane almost died in 9/11.
Yeah, he was supposed to be on
What?
one of the planes.
So was Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah, I know the Michael Jackson one. but-
Michael
No.
Jackson was
MacFarlane
going to be in
on
the
a
World
plane?
Trade Center. No, he was going to be in the World Trade Center.
Seth MacFarlane?
No, Michael Jackson.
I said Seth MacFarlane was going to be on the plane. You went, no, he's going to be in the tower.
Whatever. Seth MacFarlane was going to be in one of the planes.
Why didn't he?
I think he overslept.
Well, that's lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a hangover.
Yeah, he had a hangover. He overslept on his flight. But Michael Jackson was going to be in a meeting at the World Trade Center, and he didn't go because I think he had a prior engagement with a different company, but he missed out.
He missed
What
out.
do you
on
mean
good
by
time.
that?
He missed out.
Cut the camera!
This is a once in a lifetime chance.
Yeah.
To die by getting hit by a 747.
Oh yeah, what I was gonna say to your thing. Whenever I had to do like a project in school and I was
Spider.
fighting the anxiety, I always thought, when I'm watching a presentation in school, I don't give a fuck about what they're saying.
Well, that's mean.
Nobody gives a fuck about a school
Yeah,
presentation.
nobody pays attention.
I remember.
So I always think when I'm up there, nobody's caring.
Yes, exactly.
So it doesn't matter. The only person that's caring is maybe the teacher.
Yeah, that's why
So
I could do presentations.
either look at the teacher, or if they're like, look at the audience, then just look at the fucking wall.
Yeah.
I just think the only reason to be anxious is if it's something that matters.
Yeah, like you have to sell something.
Yeah. If you're a salesman, maybe be anxious.
Yeah.
Because that's like your livelihood.
I remember
There's
it was
so many birds.
it was
behind
so
the
awkward
birds.
before. I was doing a presentation and the teacher kept looking up like and writing something and just keep smiling back up at me. It was terrible.
Which teacher was that?
I think it was Miss McKenny. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, I hated Miss
I
McKenna.
hated Miss McKenny.
Everybody hates her except for the English kids.
Yeah.
I had to do a project with some fellas that in community college. We were you guys' age. They loved white girl. They loved the white stuff, and they were just. I went to his house. I thought we were gonna work on something. It was a fucking party. There's like 40 fucking people there. And he's like, yeah. I figured you can. He puts on a laptop. He's like, you can work on the slideshow.
You can work on the slideshow.
He's like, have a beer, do whatever you want. And I'm like, oh, awesome. He's like, and like, it was just the wildest party I've ever been a part of, and it was so unexpected. And then they failed the project because I kept on trying to insinuate to them to talk. I was like, all you have to do is read the board. She's
Yeah.
gonna give you an F if you don't read what I wrote. So like, that's why I
They
gave
just
you
didn't
guys
do
lines.
anything on presentation day.
Yeah, they just like kind of stood there and didn't say anything. So I was like, maybe Jimmy has something to say about the President Carter. And he was like, nah. And I was
Yeah.
like, you can say something.
Because they didn't learn anything. But all you gotta do is look at the fucking, write out some note cards or some shit.
It was on the screen. All you had to do
Yeah.
was read it. But he was like, why do I want to do that for? And he didn't. I couldn't say to him, you're gonna fail if you don't do this.
I don't need to do work. It's community college.
And now he is a fireman.
Nice.
So if you're ever trapped in a fire in Saugus, Massachusetts, he will come to save you.
All right.
Oh, sick!
Did you go to Winnicott or did you go to a different school?
I went to Saugus High School for 9th grade, and then I went to the Voc in Wakefield.
You redid 9th grade for no reason.
I redid 9th grade for no good
oh, yeah,
reason.
You told me that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
mostly because of just anxiety and stuff. I felt like I'm not going to be ready for college, and I still wasn't ready for college.
Yeah, nobody's ready for college.
Yeah. And it felt so mundane and arbitrary. It was just so hard to actually, like, get into it.
Yeah.
I went for industrial design at Wentworth, and this kid's final project was a boot with a bunch of nails sticking out of it, and I just thought to myself, I was like, is this kid ever gonna get paid? Like, for anything for this? Like, do I really want to go into debt for the rest of my life? Like, to learn these skills? Like,
I thought you had a grant of some sort or a scholarship.
yeah, that's the thing, you get the Pell Grant and stuff, and it covers it, but then you have to buy all, like, this one girl was like $2,000 deep on
for the
copper
books.
tubes.
Oh, yeah.
To make her project, and they don't supply any of that. Like, so you have to pay like a ton of money to make like these like advanced projects, and like they're just, at the end of the day, they're just like goofball designs that like no one really wants, and some AI is gonna make better.
It's like when you think of college projects or something, I mean, it should be more than high school, but you're literally an age older than when you were making high school projects.
And they make it seem so different. Like,
it's not different at all. It's just it's just more school. You should go to college if you want to do more school.
mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's more valuable than high school. It's more valuable than a high school degree, obviously, because you need to pay for it. But if you did you go to college because you wanted to, or because you felt like you needed to?
That's a good question.
I felt like I needed to.
I wanted to. I loved learning.
Okay.
And like I couldn't stand the idea of getting like we read this book by James Baldwin called Sonny's Blues, and it just blew me away, and I was like, I'm back into academics. This is interesting. Like, if these teachers don't suck, and then they started to get like old, and the teachers didn't really know what was going on, and COVID happened, and school got really like, it was like me and two other people.
Stopped caring.
So that whole thing fell apart, and I was like, I can't just come here and do nothing every day with a teacher in the room. Like, this is
like, what's
a
the
waste
point?
of
You're
life.
not learning anything. It's just like you sitting there.
And a lot of the teachers, it was North Shore Community College. North Shore Community College sucks. I'm telling you right now, it fucking sucks. I'm talking about the one in Wakefield, I think it is, up near Cocoa Keys. They fucking suck. Do not waste your money there. These guys are thieves, crooks, and wild men. Swindlers. One teacher said to me, I went up to him, I said, can I finish up? I said, I have some tests I need to make up. I said, can I make up those tests? He goes, do you owe your mother an email? This is the geriatric one I was telling you about. The one that's so out in space that I can't even talk to him.
Yeah.
And he goes, do you owe your mother an email? And I was like, I don't think so. And he goes, ha ha ha, sorry, I'm Irish. And walks away.
That doesn't mean anything.
It was psychotic. And I was left there standing, and I went, I'm Irish too. And I was like, I'm never going to get these tests done.
That's something.
And first of all, you lost the test.
Episode. That's a fever dream that you dream up. That's not a real life interaction.
I was like, how am I ever going to pass this class if I'm working with this guy?
This is the teacher. This is supposed to be the professional here. He has a degree.
Sometimes he would read a page that was really long and then just read it again because he didn't remember.
That's what you do when you're reading to yourself.
I would always just leave class and study the vocab words and stuff. Yeah, I had it down to a science. I couldn't sit through lectures where they don't tell you anything, especially if it's all based off the textbook. Then I can just make flashcards, and it's almost like a semi-photographic memory, and I'm good at academics. But I will say academics does not, like, mean you're going to be awesome at life and making money.
Not even close. School means nothing if you're it means nothing to prove that you're an actually smart person.
Yeah. Relationships and, like, you know, shit like that actually matter a lot more.
The way you navigate life proves that you're a smart person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think Einstein was the smartest person ever. I think that he was just so good at school.
He was just really good at physics.
Yeah, he was really good at doing that one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he had multiple degrees. But I think that he was just, like, a savant at, like, science and mathematics.
Yeah, for sure.
While I think that, like, somebody that's really good at public speaking or, like, politics, they're just good at that.
Mm-hmm.
And those are two different minds. That doesn't mean that Einstein's smarter than that person or Einstein's smarter than me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how you navigate life. What path you choose. I don't think smartness or, like, the quality of a person should be decided by, like, just the field that they go in.
no pun intended, but everything is relative. Einstein's theory of relativity. So, everything's relative. Like, I might know a ton more about history nonsense than a mechanic, but a mechanic can fix a car, and I can't. I know
probably
nothing
know
about.
a ton more than Einstein did about different topics.
Because now I can just ask my phone in the middle of the night.
Your phone's
like,
smarter
who's
than
the
Einstein's.
34th president? Before you had to hunt down a library and fucking walk there
The modern
barefoot.
Einsteins are gonna be the ones that can navigate ChatGPT the best.
Oh my god, for sure.
I wouldn't want to be living back then. It just seems so difficult.
Well, life is easier as it goes. That's just kind of the nature of it. That's why
You feel like getting older, it's easier?
I don't feel like getting older it's easier. I feel like, not me as a person, but like as everything else gets older, I think it's being easier to do normal things.
Like, with the assistance of things like ChatGPT and stuff.
I don't use ChatGPT that often, but I just think, like, oh, what time is it? Check my phone.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't a thing. You didn't know what time it was in the 18th century.
Well, you had a watch.
I guess. But that's for, like, rich people.
Yeah, that's a lot of
The
money
peasants
back then.
need to look at the sun and say, oh, the sun's over there. I need to go to bed soon.
Like, I feel like it would be cool to be a caveman, but it would just be so scary.
Oh, you would die.
Yeah, you would be terrified.
You would get ripped apart by a saber-tooth.
Do you ever just think about who would have already been dead if we didn't have, like, medical shit? Like, my friend Sean, he's, like, the toughest kid. But fucking, he had a wisdom tooth that was coming down into his jaw.
Yeah.
So he would have gotten an infection that he couldn't have reached without surgery. So his genes would have just died off.
Yeah.
And then my, like, pussy-ass genes would have just, like, kept on going. And it's like...
Yeah, that's why the rich people lived so long in the olden times, because they're the only ones that stayed inside and did nothing.
Yeah.
The peasants worked and they got scurvy and they died of, like, syphilis.
It was a good thing to be pale back then and a
Yeah.
little chubby. Because it showed you could stay inside.
Yeah, being a pale, like, fat man, where it's like, oh, you can afford the food and you don't need to work. That means that you're opulent.
I think that's how lawns became a thing. Like, you know how we have lawns?
Oh, like big lawns?
Yeah, and it's weird that, like, we don't put anything on them really except like
Yeah.
a little tree. It was to show I have all this land that I don't even need for food.
I don't need to use this land.
Like, I don't even need it for food, you fucking peasants.
Yeah.
Like,
I could be a farmer.
I could grow dick on this fucking lawn.
I could grow fields of wheat and corn and beets. But I use all my wealth for other needs. I just let my wild dogs roam in the field, or whatever old kings had as pets. I don't know.
Oh, I thought you were talking about people calling them that.
No. Well, yeah, they had slaves. They let the slaves roam in the fields. Anyway.
I don't know if you guys know. Do you know the term indentured servitude?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
They actually use that, and this is just one YouTube video I've seen. They actually use that to cover up that they were actually enslaving a lot of Irish people. Like, they would call them indentured servitudes, but really you go there and you're their slave for 7 years, and then you have no network and no connection after 7 years. So realistically, you just end up working for that person still.
Because you've been, like, isolated.
Yeah, so, like, it was basically just they threw that term on it to kind of, like, muddy up the waters.
We learned about that in school.
Really?
Yeah, I got taught that at least.
Oh, wow.
Did you know the Koreans had the longest chain of unbroken slavery over all of history?
Really?
Yeah, the
Go Korea.
Koreans had slaves longer than...
Go Korea!
At least
Korea's
learned
getting
something.
it done.
But they had slaves for a longer period of time than any other society had slaves.
That is...
So-
the Japanese... Wait, wasn't it the Japanese that enslaved the Koreans? Either way.
Friendly
Most
fire.
countries had slaves. I think the Koreans were under Japanese rule for a long time.
Yeah.
But Korea themselves had their own network of slaves. And
Oh my god, it's like a
They had
pyramid
slaves
scheme of slavery.
yeah, they had slaves before we did, and they had slaves after we did. Because they didn't get the Emancipation Proclamation by Abraham Lincoln.
They weren't listening to Abe Lincoln.
They weren't listening to Abe.
They weren't translating it.
Oh, yeah,
from
you know
to Japanese.
what's a crazy fact? Abraham
Lay it
Lincoln
on me.
could have sent a fax to a samurai. Unironically. The fax machine was invented before Abraham Lincoln died, and samurais were still active before Abraham Lincoln died.
What?
It's crazy.
Where'd you learn that?
Jarvis
YouTube
fact check
video.
that.
That's pretty fucking sick. See, we just need to get the world more connected. He
Yeah.
could have been like, dude, just stop enslaving these Koreans. We'll subsidize you.
Yeah,
Like,
he needs to fax the shogun over at the opposite side of the world.
oh, get rid of the slaves.
He's wearing an Oni
Never.
hat. He has like 3 samurai swords on his hip. I want to buy a katana. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask. If you were a caveman, what do you think is the biggest caveman animal you could take down? Caveman animal, just
I don't even
imagine
think
it.
I could take down a
that
house
scared me.
cat.
Like a wild boar?
A wild boar would fuck you up. Those things are crazy.
I'll tell you one thing, Ron Swanson ain't losing to a wild boar.
I
You
think
know
I
what
could
Parks
take.
and
I
Rec-
think I
I
could
love
take down a
Parks and
saber
Rec.
tooth.
Yeah, I love Parks and Rec.
No, you couldn't.
Yes, I could.
No, you couldn't.
I've played Far Cry Primal a lot.
Yeah, that
I
translates.
could take down a woolly mammoth. Did you see they brought back woolly mammoth DNA?
They did?
Yeah, they injected mice, not injected, but like bred mice with woolly mammoth DNA.
Did
And
you
they
see
have
the
like,
direwolf stuff?
they have like, yeah,
Yeah,
they're not the same as direwolves. It's like a direwolf mix. It's like a modern direwolf
yeah.
because they looked at the DNA of like modern like wolfish dogs, like German shepherds or like huskies that are more near wolves, and replaced like the growth hormone gene and replaced it with the direwolf one that they got from old bones. And they're babies right now, but they're gonna grow up and they're gonna be much larger than any dog breed.
Oh, wow.
And they're gonna have like a thicker white coat, and they're gonna change with the seasons. And it's like crazy.
That's pretty
I
cool.
think in the next 50 years we might just have woolly mammoths.
Just roaming around.
We could,
Didn't learn shit from Jurassic Park.
yeah.
Are they trying to bring dinosaurs back, do you
They're-
think?
I think that's far. That's far. That's
But
a
do you
little
think
bit
they're trying?
far-fetched. They might be trying.
I think they're
Maybe in
trying.
Area 51.
Maybe.
Maybe they're probably looking for aliens. You think aliens exist?
Yeah.
Oh my
There's
god.
no way
of
they
course,
don't.
Yeah.
I think it's guaranteed.
There's
that
got to
they
be
Yeah.
something.
The universe is too big for us to be alone.
Yeah.
And there's
Do you ever go down the rabbit hole of flat Earth on YouTube? And it's just like, even when you're like tired at 2 a.m. and you're listening to it, you're like, this sounds fucking stupid.
yeah.
Like, so what happens if you go beyond the ice wall and it's like, oh, you meet all these alien people, and I'm like, how are all
What if
these
you go on the other side?
these pilots who fly for Delta? They're keeping their trap
Yeah.
shut.
We've
They get paid
flown
20 an
over
hour.
Antarctica.
Yeah.
It's not a wall. I don't know how. I think it's a marvel that people believe in flat Earth.
And they always say, "Oh, you just have to research it."
Yeah.
And it's like, why don't you tell me what you researched?
All the
Research
research,
the things.
like, discredits them.
Yeah. Everything discredits that.
Yeah.
Earth
We've
is flat,
seen
though.
pictures. We have the
So true.
gravitational magnetic fields. You can't have magnetic fields on a flat fucking disc. Where's the core? Where is the core on the other side? Is it underneath? Are there stalactites dripping down?
And what the fuck is the sun if the
Yeah,
Earth
what's
is
the
flat?
sun? Is the moon a flat too? Are we just seeing like the flat?
Does the Earth just
picture on-
flip every now and then?
Yeah,
When people are really fucking up the Earth, it's like, I gotta rid of these fuckers.
yeah.
Yeah, if you're like walking, like everyone falls over one time a day.
Yeah. Everybody moves to one side of the Earth at the same time. Like the fucking iceberg in Club Penguin.
Yeah.
I heard before that you could fit every person in the world in Texas, and they could
You could
all
fit them in the
own a
Grand
home.
Canyon. Easily.
Yeah, all the
room.
people in the world. This is like common knowledge.
Yeah.
It blew my mind when I heard this. That like every single person in the world could live in a place the size of Texas.
It's crazy.
And it like would be like overpopulated to a point, but each person could have a house and shit.
Yeah.
It's like that's wild.
I think, is Texas bigger than India? Hold on.
It might
don't-
be.
Uh,
Oh yeah, I need to ask you two a very important question. Do you believe in Bigfoot?
Maybe.
I'm right here.
You're
Right
not
here.
Bigfoot.
oh yeah, my mom, you know how we were talking briefly about starting a band?
Yeah.
My mom said you should call yourself Bigfoot and you should play gigs. And I was like, Mom, I don't even know how to play any instrument.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me, there's the United States. India.
Was this here when you moved here? Or did Jimmy make this?
Jimmy crafted this.
Okay.
They made it out of 2x4s. Okay, let me.
Ew.
What?
There's a huge slug on your back. It's this big.
Let me
believe
bring
it.
India over to the United. India's
Oh, no.
like 4 times as big as Texas.
Yeah.
Didn't think Texas.
I don't know. I don't have. Greenland isn't as big as it seems. It's just big because it's my capital.
I'm still
city.
pissed about the names Greenland and Iceland. It makes me angry.
The Vikings were tricking people.
Yeah.
Greenland is like twice as big as Texas, but it's not. It looks like it's the biggest country, but it's not.
Texas is our biggest state, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
No, Alaska's our biggest state.
Really?
Yes.
What?
Alaska
Alaska
looks so small.
Regardless of anyone's politics, I totally think the funniest thing that's happened, like in the past few months, was Trump saying we were going to rename it the Gulf of America. Like, what a fucking
on
dick
Google
move.
Maps. On Google Maps, it's there. It's there.
Is it really?
Yes.
Wait, what are we renaming?
The Gulf of Mexico. He's like, yeah, we're turning that to the Gulf of America. Like, first day.
Does it say that on
See?
Google Maps?
Texas, Alaska.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Alaska is
That
like
is so much bigger.
Alaska's like 1.5 times bigger than Texas.
Oh, shit.
Wait, where does it show it on the map?
Hold on.
Sucks that there's no soil or
Where does it
anything.
show it?
No. The Gulf of America, man. Stop.
What do you mean, where does it show it?
It shows it where Gulf of Mexico
Yeah.
is.
Oh,
You want to fight on the podcast?
yes.
Want to brawl on the
No.
podcast? Every time we get boxing gloves at work, I punch him right in the face.
We should get a fucking boxing ring.
Yeah.
And just set it up in the...
On a Sunday,
Oh,
set up the
I
boxing
miss
ring.
Yugi Schmidt.
You weren't there for Yugi Schmidt. On Sunday, we got a skeleton. And we got a Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh hat. That it was his hair, and we put it on the skeleton. We called him Yugi Schmidt.
Why Schmidt?
Because I originally named the skeleton Pewter Schmidt, then Damien put the hat on him, so his name's Yugi Schmidt.
Like Carter Peter Schmidt from
Yeah.
Family Guy.
And then he died. Damien grabbed him by the neck, slammed him into the Halloween Gaylord, and I see his legs fly up into the air. It's so depressing. Oh my god, it does say it.
It's the Gulf of America.
That's hilarious.
That
Like, what...
I
Like,
thought you were doing something.
that's such, like, a dick move. Like...
So the
it-
Gulf of Mexico's just not a thing anymore.
It's so disrespectful.
First day in office, he's throwing shade. He's like, yo, we're taking this.
That's the first time he said he was going to do something, and he actually did it.
Yeah, he didn't build the wall. He found out how much it was going to cost to build a wall, and then he said no.
How much would it have costed?
Like trillions of dollars.
And most illegals
We're already
get here
trillions
by,
in debt.
temporary visas, and then they
Yeah.
just overstay them.
I've seen like footage of people along the wall. It just ends. You can just walk around.
Yeah.
You can just walk around it.
That's hilarious.
Some parts of it are just like a chain link fence that's like this tall.
It's like, don't come in America.
Yeah, but those are
Stay
like
out.
in the desert part of Mexico. You need to like walk through the desert to get to that part of the fence, to like walk around it. Because the main part is like giant concrete walls that are like 20 feet tall.
Yeah.
But he wanted to have like 20 feet tall concrete walls the entire way, like spanning the entire border, and that would have been like trillions of dollars. That's so much concrete and rebar.
Can you look something up?
What?
How much money is in the world?
I know there is
The
such a
world's
limited
GDP.
supply of gold. We're almost out of gold.
Of gold.
Like the entire
Yes.
Earth?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're also almost out of helium.
Doesn't gold form
Helium's
though?
very,
Over millions of years.
Fuck. We're screwed.
or from asteroids, meteorites.
We need to hit the planet with more rocks.
You know, gold isn't really like
Discord
it's
on that?
valuable to
Yes.
us for whatever like societal reason, but it's not like very valuable at all as
Yeah.
like a
It's just dense. It's heavy.
like you can like plate a table with it. Like it's nothing like
It just looks cool.
yeah. I heard this crazy
diamonds.
theory
With
that
diamonds.
aliens came here and they wanted to put something in their atmosphere because they were going through global warming, and so they took gold dust from Earth, and like that's why we consider gold so like valuable.
It's because of the aliens.
Yeah, like they made us hunt for gold for them, like dig for gold or whatever, and like they had to put it in their atmosphere to refract the light so their planet wouldn't get too hot,
Yeah.
and like that's why, because there's no other reason. Gold is useless.
Yeah. It's soft. It's heavy. It's hard to transport. There's not a lot of it.
It's only good for jewelry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just looks neat. But it melts so quick. It has such a low melting point.
Yeah, you can plate like a table.
It has a very similar density to tungsten. But tungsten is much harder and it has like one of the highest melting points of any metal.
Really?
Yeah. I think osmium is the densest, It's like a little bit. It's like 1.5 times denser than tungsten.
You know a lot of shit. Are you sure you didn't go to class?
I know a lot of stuff from the internet.
Yeah, he
I watch
can
a
be
lot
in
of
VC on Discord, and he's just watching a video, and we have to scream his name like several
I get
times, and he's like,
sucked into
"Huh?"
Well,
It's terrible.
I mostly just watch YouTube.
I mean, honestly, what's a better education?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I've learned so much more stuff from YouTube than school.
I learned how to fix a window on a fucking 93 Camry. Like, find a textbook that'll teach you that.
Yeah.
We get donated those.
Those are the 93
Speaking
cameras.
of Camry, you can talk about your car crash now.
Oh my god. It's been like an hour.
We're at an hour and 2 minutes right now.
We're only
Nice,
at an
nice.
hour?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
Well, I was coming back with my friend Ben from a poker game that I lost $50 in. And there was this really curvy road, and I was like, oh, that looks fun.
Oh
You sped up?
And I was in a 2006 Nissan Sentra, front wheel drive,
Nice.
and I lose control and start drifting
In a front wheel drive car.
in a
which you
front
shouldn't
wheel
do.
drive car, yeah.
That's
And
not drifting, that's fishtailing.
yeah, yeah. And then I panicked. I almost saved it. I'm not gonna lie. I corrected it, but then
You just hit the E-brake.
man, this all happened within like 5 seconds.
Oh, you should have gotten to flash time and then it just stops immediately.
Yeah, you would have been fine.
Yeah, but I overcorrected, and then I ended up fishtailing the other way, and that sent me into a guardrail
Nice.
at like 55 miles an hour.
Were you?
And there was
Did
a
you die?
fucking river underneath.
Oh yeah, I hit the guardrail, and literally it was like maybe from where that camera is to that pole, like this pole right
Yeah.
here, that length of space where the guardrail was.
It ran out, and
Yeah.
then like underneath was just a rushing river.
Yeah, if I missed the guardrail, I would have gone into like a fucking pit of trees in like a river.
Nice.
Would you have died?
Yeah.
Skill issue.
No, you would have been like Doctor Strange.
So
Yeah,
true.
your hands get crushed.
Yeah, your
Ah!
hands get crushed and then you go learn magic.
Ooh.
You know, Doctor Strange is my favorite Marvel hero.
Really?
He is pretty cool.
Yeah, he's
I
very
thought he was
cool.
going to be my main in Rivals, and then I didn't really like how he played at the beginning, and then I learned that he's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, never try to make your main your favorite superhero because it doesn't work out. I tried maining Wolverine, and it didn't work out for me.
Wolverine's
picked
good. You just
somebody.
need to know how to play him. Wolverine's really good.
I can't use dive characters.
I can use some. I'm like okay on Spider-Man.
I can kind of use magic, but she's a semi.
Andrew's really good at magic.
Andrew's really good at magic. Andrew's really good at like some specific characters. I'm good at Iron Fist. Iron Fist just sucks ass.
I am only good with healers.
Phil knows nothing really.
I have no idea what you guys are even talking
Yeah, I
about.
was-
You play video
You could be
games?
speaking Mandarin right now.
Play any video games?
I don't play
From-
any. No.
I was gonna say, Ethan, if you want something to talk about Marvel Rivals because I know you have so much to talk about.
Oh, I do.
That's a conversation I can hold.
Yeah. I just don't want to make Phil feel left out.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's fine. I'll talk anyway.
Yeah, he'll be the one that branches off,
Phil,
and then we get
fine.
sidetracked.
What do I do for fun? Outside of suffering, I
Okay.
mostly
Murder and suffering.
what do I do for fun? I'm looking into getting an electric bike, and in the morning taking it for a ride,
Well, that sounds
just to get
Electric
my
bikes
day
are
going.
nice. You've seen, we have like plenty of them.
Yeah, that's
But,
awesome.
Yeah, mine. Are you cold?
Yes.
You want a jacket?
No.
Okay.
I'll suffer.
Want to wear my skin?
Okay.
Anyway, electric bikes are really nice. Mine doesn't have a throttle; it's just assist, and that's better for exercise. But also, you feel like you're dying if you're not good at riding a bike.
Oh, I want the full
Pussy.
throttle experience.
Full
yeah.
throttle is literally just like it's a lesser motorbike.
That's sick.
Do you need a license for it?
No.
That's crazy.
It's under a certain CC.
Yeah, but they aren't categorized by CCs.
Yeah, because it's a
They're
lot.
categorized by watts
What?
or kilowatts if you're above 1,000.
But yeah, I'm thinking about getting an electric bike.
Are you-
Can you get a throttle one? How much are they?
They're more than you'd think, but they're not car price. On Marketplace, I got mine for $150.
Oh shit.
Jimmy got his, which is the big like blue camo one,
Yeah.
for $150.
Wow.
We got my mom's, which is the tiny white one, for $300.
And
crazy.
We overpriced for that one.
is it is it the throttle one? the big
Mine
one?
is assist. His is a throttle one. It goes like 33 miles an hour. It's good.
That's crazy.
And you got it for $150.
I
There are
know.
ones that can go highway speeds.
Yeah, they're called Surons,
Like 90?
or Talaria,
Yes.
or
Maybe not 90.
they make like
70.
e-bikes. They're electric dirt bikes,
Yeah.
and they don't have pedals. I don't count those. If they don't have pedals, I don't count it as an e-bike at all.
Yeah.
It's just an electric dirt bike,
Mm.
and they look like dirt bikes.
You know-
But
You know Cassidy's, sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
but you know Cassidy's cousin that lives next to us?
Yeah.
He had a Suron.
Really?
Yeah, and he almost got hit by a truck with it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I wouldn't ever drive it like in the streets and shit.
Yeah,
people who
people drive
jog in the
those on the
streets
streets.
are crazy people. I go to a trail. I go to Break Hard
Yeah.
or somewhere or like
you're on the rail trail, yeah. You ever been on the rail trail?
I haven't been on any trails around here. I used to go
The rail
explore
trail's good.
Saugus.
Yeah, it's nice.
The rail trail is very nice. It's behind the fire barn,
Yeah.
where they do bingo. You go behind there next to the water tower, and it just goes all the way down to Newburyport. And at the
Oh,
end,
shit.
there's just like you're at the docks of Newburyport, and you overlook, and it's an amazing view.
Really?
You
Show
see
get
the
bikes
whole
and go
ocean, you
sometime.
see all the ports,
That'd
and
be
the bridge is
sick.
right over there.
It's nice.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I was looking at electric bikes. They were actually cheaper than I was thinking. It was like $300 to $500 for like a good one with a throttle, and I was like, that sounds like a great morning every morning.
Yeah.
Like,
The Surons are like thousands of dollars. Those are
Yeah.
card prices.
Yeah.
oh yeah, some of them that come with like crazy warranties and
Yeah.
shit.
The ones that go up to like 70 miles an hour, those are
Oh my god, I didn't
those
even
are
know
like
that.
$5,000 to $7,000.
Yeah.
Or more.
That's crazy.
I wouldn't want to be going that fast on a bicycle.
Yeah, I would feel
Yeah,
so
you-
unsafe.
That's
Yeah,
literally
you
just
die.
a motorcycle at that
Yeah,
point. That's
an electric motorcycle.
Yeah.
Harley made an
Would you need a license for that one?
No.
No.
It's
Really?
It's still an e-bike.
What the fuck? That's
They're making regulations on it, which they definitely should do.
Yeah, they need to.
You're probably gonna need a motorcycle license for them.
Yeah.
that's crazy that
They're-
you don't right now.
They're gonna change the regulation to make them electric motorcycles.
Yeah, they're
not-
fairly new, so.
Yeah. This is like a past 10 years. They were invented in the past 10 years.
Yeah.
I think it's a good.
Josh
trade-off, though.
murders people.
Josh does murder.
You can
Josh
leave
is
that
a
in.
fan.
There's a lot of birds around here. There's
You
so
have a
many
lot of
birds.
bird feeders, I
Can
think.
someone do a
We do.
fan edit?
There's multiple birdhouses. None of them use them.
Ethan,
I-
can you make a Dabeasta fan
Yeah,
edit?
can we make a
Oh.
Dabeasta fan cam? With little hard eyes, little hearts around his head. With that Cupid song. Don't do that.
It's just like this.
It was just a spike. What was I gonna say, Kian?
Are we talking about electric bikes?
Yeah, we were talking about dirt bikes.
Oh my
That
god,
you're up
zombies!
Harley
We
made,
forgot about zombies.
Oh, yeah,
we
we-
trailed off so hard.
Harley made an electric bike, an electric motorcycle. They're calling it. They're not calling it an e-bike. They're calling it an electric motorcycle. But it tops out at like 25, which is good for a bike. But it's supposed to be like a motorcycle, and it's way underpowered from any of the Surons that are available
Yeah,
Yeah, you
online.
can't even take that like in the
Yeah.
city. That's not even fast
It's
enough.
meant to be like a road vehicle, and you need a motorcycle license to ride it. But it goes
It's just a
slow.
scam.
It goes like half the speed, and there's no
You
limiter.
can't bring it on the highway. Isn't
Yeah.
there like a minimum speed up for the
yeah,
highway?
45.
Yeah,
for
that's
most
crazy.
highway. So, like, you need to get a motorcycle license, and it goes like bicycle speed.
That's
And
dumb.
it's not even like a limiter. Like most, like Surons have a limiter, and you just cut a wire, and then it goes like 50,
That's pretty
and
sick.
it limits it to 25. So you just cut the red wire. They tell you on the packaging, like this is the limiter. They tell you on the packaging, the limiter is this red wire or some corporate speak, and then you just cut it.
Don't cut it. No matter what you do, don't cut it. The bike will go faster.
Yes. But they don't tell you to cut it so they can't get sued. There's no limiter on the Harley bike. It's just that slow.
Yeah.
It has a weak motor. It has like a 500 watt motor.
People are probably going to put a much bigger one in it.
Yeah. They're gonna alter. It looks good. It just looks like a smaller like Harley.
Yeah.
Can the bike handle the speed if you cut the limiter? Like, isn't that the
Probably.
point of the limiter? To make it safe?
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like they're just wanting people to cut the limiter.
I mean, yeah, it's
It
like, have
probably
fun.
can handle it.
Yeah.
I've seen them go fast.
Yeah.
There's ones that I've seen one Suron and one modified Suron go up to 100. The guy was a daredevil. The guy was wearing like a full bike tracksuit, like a leather one with like a full helmet.
It's not gonna do dick at
Yeah, it's
100
not gonna
miles
do
an
dick.
hour.
You're gonna rip your
He
arms
needs a
out.
bomb vest.
Yeah. You need a
He's-
whole ass like dog attack vest.
He needs that bubble wrap all around him for like 4 feet
Oh,
out.
you should have put the bike in a Zorb ball. And,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And just have it wheel around.
That's actually a good idea.
That would
Yeah.
instantly
No, it's not.
pop.
Yeah.
It would
No, just
instantly
make it
pop.
tough. Make it out of Kevlar.
Yeah, made it out of Kevlar?
Make it out of Kevlar and you can't see through it.
Man, you're dumb.
What's your favorite TV show?
Man, I don't watch TV. I watch YouTube.
What's your favorite content?
Whatever pops up on my recommended.
All right.
So, like, furry VTubers?
Yeah.
I knew it.
Do you watch VTubers?
No.
I won't judge you.
I don't.
I used to.
I'm
I went
not
through a
one of
phase.
those.
I went through a VTuber phase. I didn't tell you because I thought I was gonna lose you.
He loves Friday Night Funkin'.
I don't love Friday Night Funkin'. I used to.
It's a cool
I
game.
used to like a lot of cringe stuff. I used to watch like Undertale comic dub.
Oh, no.
Yeah. That was the funniest thing. We were in VC and Tristan was in there and he likes Undertale. And I was like saying that I used to watch Undertale comic dub and I used to watch Sans Christmas comic dub. And he was like, "Don't you dare diss on Sans Christmas comic dub."
Yeah, it's so funny.
I watch a lot of anime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Prove it.
that seems appropriate.
Yeah.
I haven't been watching anime recently. Not really.
What was
You're a
that?
Naruto fan?
I do like Naruto. I've read most of Naruto. I've read up to 56, volume 56, out of like 73. So I haven't seen most of the Fourth Great Shinobi World War,
Okay.
but I've heard that it sucks ass. I've heard the anime Shinobi World War sucks ass.
Really?
That's from the
I thought it was
critics.
good.
That's from the critics. I hear that it's just like for the fights, not for the story.
The fights are good.
Yeah. The fights in Naruto are the best part.
Yeah.
That's like JJK. I haven't watched all of JJK. I've watched most of season 1.
JJK's story is like, it's there,
It
but
exists.
they really rely on the fights and the action scenes.
And the animation that they make the Chinese animators work
Yeah.
12 hours a day for.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Like imagine just being forced to draw.
Yeah.
Like I have to be in a good mood to draw. Like
You need to like want to draw.
yeah.
To make something good, you need to want to do it. And it still looks good, so you think they have passion in it, but I think they're just in like a warehouse.
Yeah.
I think they just have a gun to their head. They're like, this thing better look
They have
expressive.
an automated gun, and if they pick up the pen from the drawing tablet, it fires. They have a contraption. Saw contraption. We have 54 hours left. Let's go for the rest of it. 54 hours of my
Hey guys,
54 gigabytes.
Endertube HD here, and today will be the first 54-hour podcast on the channel.
I feel like it's not. I feel like
Shut up!
Does a live stream count as a podcast?
Heck yeah.
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 If you
It just depends on what you title it.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a terrible title.
What?
Yeah. It's a
yeah.
horrible title.
That's not what I was suggesting.
Can I 5-star you?
No, you can't
Please.
5-star me. That's
I bet that
barely-
hooded.
barely a 5-star. Oh, I didn't even notice we have all those chairs. All those chairs? Really?
Chair swap session.
What's with the lawnmower with bike tires?
I think Jimmy altered that. I think he wanted
It's
a
so we
better
could-
lawnmower.
No, I think it's so he could change the height
Yeah, he wants
of
clearance.
how he wants the grass.
This guy's a real MacGyver. He knows what he's doing.
He's crazy. He makes a bunch of stuff. He made that red bench. That's made out of like concrete. He like
Did
made
he
a
make that?
he made a wood mold. Yes.
The face?
Easter
No,
Island.
No, he
type?
didn't make that. That's made out of stone.
There are faces in the basement
yes.
made out
he,
of wood that
he
he's
carves faces that look like Easter Island heads.
That's crazy.
made. His spoon wasn't great.
He tried to make a wooden spoon for my mom in the kitchen, and it's horrible. It's literally just like a stick with like a slight dip.
We'll show you after.
But he can make Easter Island heads.
he made that red bench. It's a wooden frame and it's concrete poured in it, and he poured it into the ground.
Oh,
So like he
cool.
dug holes and then
Yeah.
poured it into the ground and it filled up the mold.
That's sick.
It's a really nice bench, but it sits real low.
Whose garden bed is that?
Bob's. He's senile. He doesn't use it.
Was it ever full?
At some point. I say this a couple times, but I'm kind of hoping for my neighbor Bob to die so
So
that I
nice
can
of
move
you.
into his house. I might not want to move into his house because the rent for us is a little bit expensive. It's like $1,700,
What?
which is not
Like, how many-
hugely high for our
How
area.
many bedrooms does Bob have?
I think it's just the same as our house, it's a duplex.
Is it?
So it
three
should be
bedroom?
just mirrored.
Is it 3-bedroom?
Yes.
For 1700?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
You
at all.
and George could
Okay.
live next to your parents.
I don't have a good fucking idea of what rent is supposed to be.
1700 for a 3-bedroom is kind of crazy.
Okay.
That's like crazy low.
Yeah.
I just hear that in good areas it's like $600. In Tennessee, in Nashville it's like $600.
Oh, like rent down south and stuff. Like
Yeah.
you can buy a house for
in,
like
in like
$70,000.
Texas, in like Austin, Texas, they're making people move there.
Really?
They want people to move there because they think they're underpopulated because the state's so big.
Yeah. Around here, a 3-bedroom goes for like, I don't know, 2,800 on the low end.
Yeah. Okay.
Usually higher for like something decent.
Yeah.
Like with parking and shit. Like
Why do you have a sledgehammer?
I want to know if it has a
2-bedrooms.
story.
2-bedrooms.
No,
go for
it's just a sledgehammer head.
But how did it get in this condition?
I think Jimmy took it from work.
Thievery!
Stop doing that. You're making the mic rattle.
Apologies. Oh my god! Oh, that's not the camera.
All right.
what kind of podcasts do you guys watch? Do you watch any? Are you guys into any like comedy podcasts or any specific comedians?
I went through a large Joe Rogan phase.
Yeah.
Where all I listened to on the bus to school was Joe Rogan.
Mm. I like the ones where he has interesting people on. I
Yeah.
don't like the history ones.
I
that
don't.
much.
I don't watch the ones where it's like they're teaching about mushrooms.
Oh, that dude.
Yeah, that one guy where Joe Rogan asks, he's like, so what are the effects of like ordinary everyday mushrooms like portobellos or little button mushrooms? He's
And
like,
that guy's like, I can't tell
he's
you.
like, I'm legally not allowed to
that.
tell you.
Oh my god, that's so crazy to me. And he stays silent. And he's like, oh, this guy's
Yeah,
fucking
it got
serious.
so awkward after that. The whole rest of the episode was crazy. Oh, I have a shirt of it. But I used to watch, before it ended, the Chuckle Sandwich podcast with Jay Schlatt, Ted Nivison, and Charlie Slimesicle. Before Charlie Slimesicle left the podcast.
Those are all YouTubers.
Yeah, they're all YouTubers. And
You may know the corn video.
it was so funny. It was my favorite thing to watch. I watched them as soon as they came out every week. And I bought a shirt from them. And they only made like 300 of them. And I have number 157. They give you a tag. Like, it's supposed to be like a deli tag. So it says like your order number 157. And the shirt, the front of it, it just says like Chuckle Sandwich. And on the back, it's a menu. Like a deli menu. And it has all their like bits as items.
That's cool.
And it's like, I love that podcast, and it ended. And
How
then
soon after the shirt was announced did you buy it?
immediately. The second they made the, it said a minute ago on the YouTube community post, and then I went straight to the website.
Well, you
No.
didn't care how much it was going to be?
It was like $50.
If it was 100, would you still have gotten
Yes.
it? 200.
I have money now, Keaton.
I want to see the limit. 200.
No,
Okay. 150.
no,
125.
no,
120.
yes.
Okay. 121.
No.
Hey, you guys seem like a couple of smart fellows. I've been asking.
Fart smellers.
Fart smellers. I've been asking this question to like everybody. How come, like, okay, so you put your heater on 60 degrees, right?
Yeah.
Like to heat up a room, you put it on like 67 or whatever,
Yeah,
and
it
then
gets
like
cold out. Yeah.
yeah, and then like for your air conditioner, you also put that on like 67. So it's like, how come I can't just use my heater that's supposedly blowing out 63 degree air? How come I can't just use that instead of the AC?
Because the AC is taking air from outside. It's taking fresh air from outside, and your heater is just recycling. It's like in your car when you put on the AC or if you put on the recirculate. The recirculate keeps it kind of hot because your body produces heat, and then that just kind of circulates it. So even if you have it at a certain temperature, it's gonna be a little bit off, and it's gonna be like carbon dioxide air, which is more of an insulator. But if you have the AC, it's taking out fresh air. Or if you have the RAM air system where you don't turn it on at all and you're just driving fast, you have it on like cool, then it's fresh air, and there's not very much carbon dioxide in it. That's at least my theory.
That was a theory?
I have well formulated theories. My brain works like that. I think of like an idea, and I just like think of a whole lore of it, even though I know much of nothing about it.
I used to do that, and then my brain went numb.
My brain went numb.
When was the last time you
sky
felt your
went
brain?
gray.
What?
The sky went gray. I'm sad now.
Yeah, it's probably gonna rain.
Yeah, it might rain. Maybe it'll be perfect timing. Today and yesterday, perfect weather. Tomorrow, horrible weather.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
nobody
think it's
comes.
supposed to be.
That'd be awesome.
Can I go with you to get your electric guitar?
I guess.
Is it a bass or a guitar?
It's a bass.
Yeah, bass. I didn't mean electric.
Yeah, I'm buying a bass. I want to learn bass.
Bass guitar. Is that?
Yeah.
Do you hold it up and you?
No, not like the classical bass, not acoustic bass. It's an electric bass. I'm also gonna buy an amp later, but I can learn the finger movements, and I can learn the strings without an amp. It'll just sound terrible.
Yeah.
You have a lot of interests.
I do. I'm interested in a lot of things, so I just felt one raindrop.
Yeah.
Do you like wake up
It's
in the morning with
supposed
like
to be
a
raining right
lot of energy and you're like, let's get it?
I'm not a morning person, but when I'm up, I'm up. I have a good amount of energy.
If it's raining, do we want to end it or do we just want to transition to the basement?
I would just end it if it starts raining.
Okay.
It's been pretty long. It's been like an
Yeah,
hour and a
it's
half.
been an hour. Yeah, about.
We've
an hour.
given you enough.
You have enough content.
Hi! Sorry.
Will this be our 300th video? If we air
Yeah,
this,
we can't upload it yet.
If-
The 300th video I want to be something special because I
Yeah.
have 299 right now.
Really?
Oh, we're not special enough.
you're not special enough.
It's an everybody
Okay,
thing.
it's starting to rain.
Okay.
Anyway, I have a lot of special interests. I really like the clouds. I like looking at clouds. I love cloud watching. That's why I got sad when the sky turned gray. That's one of the reasons I like DAs, because I can just walk out and look at the clouds.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to.
Quick, zombies!
Yeah, I want the entire roof of the building to be a sunroof.
I
In the
need
summertime, we
water.
bake. We
Yeah, and
bake.
some kid pranks and throws a brick up there and glass
Throw
shatters
some-
down on us.
Throw some dog poop up there and
I
it
used to
just
throw shit on top of the building.
I remember
There's probably balls and shit.
at
up there.
Winnacunnet, somebody put, what did they put on the sunroof? They put something at like the octagon. They put something on the sunroof. It was like an egg or something. They put
I
like
don't know.
they threw some stuff up there.
In the fucking mall hall, you know that?
Yeah.
People would just throw shit in the rafters up there all the time.
Yeah. I remember seeing like some shoes.
Yes.
Like shoes hanging on a wire. It was just like on a shelf or something.
One time coming back from lunch in my freshman year, I was a little dickhead. So I fucking, you know how everybody like piled through there?
Yeah.
I took like, I think it was like an apple or something. I just fucking whipped it. And I hit somebody in the back of the head.
Were you a delinquent?
Yes.
You little bad kid.
I did stupid shit.
There was so many like funny, not fights, but like scuffs in the
Yeah.
lunchroom. One of them, they body slammed a kid through a table.
Yeah, I remember
there
that.
for that.
That was a kid
He
named
went
Alex.
through the table.
Yes, there was an Indian kid
It was
sitting
Alex,
at the table
right?
that was
Yeah, it
taking
was
the
Alex.
video.
Yeah.
The
That's
short kid.
hilarious.
Did Alex do the throwing or did he get thrown?
He did.
I think he did the throwing.
Yes, and there was an Indian kid sitting at the table recording the video.
And the table just goes down and he's still like
Yeah,
that.
he's like, "Oh my goodness!" He did it in like a super Indian accent.
Oh my goodness.
The
Yeah.
thing I remember the most about Alex was that he was very short and he drove a big truck.
One
Yeah.
time, oh my god, before he got that big truck, I was picking up somebody, like I went to go get my car from the dirt lot and then came back to drive somebody else home, and then he just fucking got in my car and was like, drive me home.
Did you do it?
Yeah, I was like, I didn't have any problems with him, so I didn't really care.
Did you like know him?
Yeah, kinda. And he was on my way home, so I figured why not.
Yeah.
Get out of my car!
If you don't mind me asking, where do you guys live? I'll cut this out.
Oh, we live in Amesbury.
Amesbury.
He asked for
moving
the
soon.
specific
Specific address? I don't know.
44 Prospect Street. Come see me. The door's unlocked.
Is she moving to
The door's
32?
unlocked.
I ain't scared.
We're moving to 32
I
High
am.
Street, Amesbury.
We're moving to
Massachusetts.
63rd. Where
moving to
King
O
Von lives. No, King Von hates people.
We're
from
moving to O
63rd.
Block.
We're moving to O Block.
Oh yeah. I thought on the bus one day, I thought of a gang sign for South Main Street. You do this, you go South Main Street.
Oh my god.
It ain't sweet out here on South Main Street.
Imagine like police start taking notice of that. They're like, "Are these kids for real?"
This is where the New Hampshire golfers. This is their turf.
Will I get in trouble for that? You might.
He did the blood sign.
Okay, you might have to blur it.
No, it's fine.
You did it like under the table.
Anyway, guys, we're gonna end the episode here. Maybe we'll do another guest episode with these fellas. Maybe one of them.
No, I want them back.
Sure.
I appreciate you
More
guys having
people.
us on the podcast.
Yeah. I don't know. This is gonna see the light of day probably, but probably after we film a 300.
No, it's
video.
gonna see the light of day.
It's
Just-
going to.
I don't
there's
know
not,
when.
There's not too much bad stuff in it for me to edit out.
It could be the 301st video.
It's been fun. Anyway, see ya.
Bye.
Love you guys.